right, if you were to read the sentence by sentence and digest it, it's actually very easy. Okay, I have two person, Abraham and Madeline. They save $800 together. Okay, so I just highlight this $800, and then it's found that 1/4 of Abraham's saving is actually $65 more than 1/5 of Madeline's saving. So I know that Abraham, I will have a total of 4 box, right? I have total of 4 box. You may be surprised why I don't connect all the box. Later you'll understand why. And then this lady, oops, she will have 1/5, that means she will have 5 box, but then it's smaller than Abraham. You know what? Smaller than Abraham, because it says Abraham has small, right? So I put here smaller. Oops. Okay, so one is big box and one is small box. So how can I go about doing it? Okay, I know that total they have $800, right? I cannot roll the 2 box together because one is big and one is small. Abraham has what? $65 more. So every box he has $65 more than this. So the difference is actually $65, right? So now I know that there's this value $65. What I can do is I rearrange everything. So for this, I put all the dollar, I put it all together at one side. So Abraham, in this case, I'll have 4 small box now. And then this $65 times 4 will be equals to $260. Which is I put a portion here, $260. Okay? And then now I can put this together because now their box is the same. So this one will have 5 box. Correct or not? Because I remove this away, this dollar away to put it all at one corner. This box is equals to this box, this box is equals to this box, this box is equals to this box, this box, and then this is alone huh? And then I know that it's $800. Correct? So dollar, I can $800 I minus away this 26, minus away 260. Minus away, that means I rub away because I'm going to minus away. I will have a value of 540 going up. Okay, so I know how many boxes are there equals to 540. I have 4 boxes here and 5 boxes here. So in total, 9 boxes, right, will be equals to 540. So one box is actually 540 divided by 9. Will actually give you 60. Okay. So what is the question? The question asked is, find the amount of money that Abraham saved more than Manin. So it is, you know, Abraham is what? Abraham is actually, remember just now, Abraham is actually this portion here. There's 2, there's 260, right? So Abraham, right, will be equals to 4 box plus 260. Will give you 4 times 60 plus 260 will actually be $500. Okay. Then Madeline, you actually can 800 minus, okay, never mind, you just 1 2 3 4 5 box. It's actually 5 box. When you do 5 box, it's 5 times 60 will actually give you $300. So it's asking you what? Find the amount of money that Abraham saved more. So Abraham saved more, right? How much more? So I take $500 minus $300. So Abraham actually saved $200 more. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next question. This question, I will say that is pretty easy, but then maybe you have some careless mistake. You forget to add in a portion. When I actually run through this question, you realize, how can you forget to add in this important stuff? Okay. So Peter and Heather. I have Peter here, Heather here. I have some postcard. I don't know how many postcard he had, so I just anyhow draw a figure out. Okay. Heather, I just maybe put a because I also don't know how many. But then it says that after Peter gives 18 postcard. So Peter, let's say I give 18 over. Oops. Let's say I give 18 over to Heather. So I give this away. Give it over. So over here is 18. Correct or not? Because here is 18 already. I want to remove this 9. So it's asking that, you know that he has 20 postcard more than her. After he gave 18 over, right? Then he has 20 postcard more than her. So this portion here is what? From this portion here to here is actually 20, correct? So it's asking you to calculate the number of postcard Peter has more than Heather at first. So at first is how many? At first, Peter is this whole thing here, right? Heather is only here, correct? So I want to know, now I want to know this part here. At first, you see Heather is here. This part to this part. Okay, I repeat again. At first, Peter is this part here. Heather is only this part here. So I want to know the difference. How many much more than Peter has than Heather at first. So it will be this whole part. And then this whole part, you know that this part here, right, is 18. correct? And this part here is 20. So you need to do 18 plus 20 plus 18. For you, you didn't actually, here's 56. Your mistake actually is because you only do 20 plus 18. It is you calculate this part. You actually calculate only this part here. Or I don't know, maybe you just calculate this part here. It is wrong because at first, Peter has this whole thing here. You either forget to add in this portion here or you forget to add in this portion here, okay? You can check by yourself. Okay, I'll go to the third question. In the quiz, right, there's 100 people and the average score is 65.6. Okay, so okay, when you see this, right, you know the average score is 65.6. Remember I told you your dad, you and your sis, you're 14 years old, then your sis 16 years old, your dad will be 62, correct? 62 at 14 at 16. No, your dad will be 60, 60 lah. Okay, 60 years old. So how do I find the average? Average will be 60 plus 14 plus 16, right? So average will be sum of all these divide 3, correct? Correct or not? So likewise, right, I need to find, I already know the average score is 65.6 and I have 100 people. So what is the total score for the boys and girls? So the total score, right, will be 100 people times 65.6. Will actually give you a value of 6560, right? Okay, what I have here, I have the total score here. I also know the number of people, but I just don't know how many boys and how many girls. But what they give me is the clue is girls is 64. The average score of girls is 64 and the average score of boys is 69. Okay, just in case you don't understand until here, let's say I have a test. I have 100 people. I don't know how many boys and how many girls. So this is, let's say, girls, and then this is boys, okay? If I mix them together, I calculate the total. Their average score is actually 65.9. But then if I only calculate the boys, the average score is actually 69. And if I only calculate the girls, right, excluding the boys, will be 64. Okay? So just like here, if I total all of you all together, boys and girls, right, I have an average of 30. If I only measure the girls, what will be your average? 14 plus 16, right, divided 2 will be 15, right? The average between you and your sister will be 15. Okay, so now it's asking you, I already give you this thing here, this and this, okay? I need to do some guess and check. I believe you learned before guess and check, right? So let me see. I first use the boys because boys has more, right? The average score is higher. So boys minus girls will be 69 minus 64 will be equals to 5. So what this means? This means that if I take away one girl and I add one boy inside, I will have an additional of 5 marks. So now I'm going to do my guess and check. Push this up. don't know whether I need wrong or not. So let's say the boys average is actually what, 69, right? Then if total the number of boys, you don't know, then the total for boys, the total marks are for boys, and then I know that the girls average is 64, correct? Then what about the number of girls? And then the total score for the girls. I know the total for the boys and girls, right? Total for boys and girls, right? It's actually 6560. Okay, so let me first assume, because I know that this whole quiz, right, there's 100 people, but I just don't know how many boys and how many girls. I have my first assumption. Let me say that I put everything, there's 0 boys, 0 points. Then 100 of them are girls. Just give 100 girls. What will be the total? Is 64 times 100, right? It's 6,400. But do you realize that I need, actually the total is 6,560. That means I have less, right? Because it cannot be all girls. I know that there are boys, but I just want to know how many, I'm lacking of how many. So I must take away how many girls and put in how many boys. So I have 6,560. I minus 6,400. I actually have a 160 shortfall. That means I must take away, this 100% cannot all be girls already. I must take away some girls and add in boys. And I know that if I take away one girl and add in one boy, I have an additional of 5 points. That means this 6,400 will add 5 if I take away one girl, so girl will be 99 and boys will be 1, correct? We will have this value. But then it's still quite far away from this, right? So what you do is, 1,600, how many boys would there be? 160 divided by 5 will be 32 boys. Okay, so I want to check, is it really 32 boys? So if I put 32 boys here, right, times 69, the total score for the boys will be times 69, right? 32 times 69 will be 2208, correct? And then 64, because I take away 32 girls and change it to boys, my one is 100 minus 32, right? So I only have 68 girls here. If 68 girls times 64, which is their average score, I have 4352. Okay, here I can check if this one and this one add up together to be their total score here. This portion here, do they add up to be the same? 2208 at 4352. You have this value. So I can confirm that the whole class I have 32 boys and 68 girls. Okay, remember when you're in P4, right? I'm sure you actually went through question like a cow has 4 feet and then a chicken has 2 feet. Then in total their number of feet is a certain number. Then you need to guess how many cows and how many chicken. This question is actually quite similar to that question. Okay, this is the guess and check method.